When this story first came out, I like to let stories sit for a day or two until the correct information comes out, because when stories are new developments, sometimes not all the information is accurate. But in this case, I did kind of went ahead and did the story when it was developing. So my original video is the Entitled Brooklynite, where it has, I guess, more of the lifestyle that Ellie was living along with the tragedy that she caused right after. So some additional information that I didn't add in my original story. So in July 2006, Ellie was arrested for shoplifting at a 7-Eleven, and she was arrested by police officer Mastro Kovis. He then took her out of eyesight of the arrest, and I'm certain he was not at the police station, but he proceeded to kiss her. And from there, the abuse escalated, where he would call her and tell her where to meet him from time to time. And it was always at seedy motels, the Golden Gate Motor Inn, Sheep's Head Bay. Seedy motels, they're describing it, and motels that do not even exist today. And they would engage in sex. Also, they would do this in empty parking lots, in his patrol car, wherever. And this would happen for 4 years. And this police officer is married. So a friend of Ellie's said she got really screwed up after she was having this, quote, affair, unquote, with this married police officer. So when Ellie was around 18, the police officer and his co-workers, the other cops, they started to harass Ellie and her mother by pulling them over, handcuffing them at traffic stops, just anything. Now, I don't know if they did this because the lawsuit was in play now, but they started to really act donkeys, and there was a lawsuit filed against the New York City Police Department. So the officer had also said that he had sex with Ellie, but she was 17, because that's legal. That's legal. And he said their relationship lasted for 3 months. But we know he was more than likely lying, because this officer has a lot of other shit going on with him. Something involving the stalking of another woman, but that's another case. And I know that he no longer works for that police department. So Miriam Yarimi, she's 32 years old, nicknamed Ellie. And of course, she is in Brooklyn, New York. And unfortunately, she had smashed her car into the mother and her 3 children, instantly killing the mom and 2 of her daughters. And by the way, they were laid to rest in Israel. Now there is one son who is left, and I know that one of his kidneys was removed and he is still clinging to life, is what the update is saying. The husband, of course, is still grieving. His entire future has changed. And I did present the actual car crash in the Entitled Brooklynite. I did not want to add that into this video. Now, I didn't know 3 months before she would plow her vehicle after she was speeding and ran this red light that she had just got her money. She just got her money, $2 million from the state of New York, and she'd been living it up. And like I said, I have all of that in the video because I know she wasn't just getting that amount of luxury that she was showing from wig making. I just didn't think so. I'm sure people do, but in this case, for some reason, I just didn't think so. And Ellie, she wasn't even supposed to be on the street to make it so bad. She had tons of unpaid parking tickets, suspended license, and again, she was behind the wheel that fateful day. So the wig maker, she would say that the devil was inside her right before she killed this mother and children. And again, Ellie was living a very lavish lifestyle that she documented, on her Facebook page for, everyone to see. Cruises, lavish breakfasts, just all kind of things she was doing. The shopping, she was really, enjoying her money, and she wanted everybody else to see that she was enjoying her money. That's what I got from it. I did. That's what I got from it. That's why I call it the Entitled Brooklynite. So Ellie was actually married with her husband, Snir Kovitz. Now, he stayed on the third floor of Avenue P, a very luxurious apartment in Brooklyn. And the court papers say that, a resident in that same building, Ellie just attacked that resident who does not want to be identified with a hammer. And they said that they're glad that the door was locked because they feel that she may have came inside the apartment and did something to them. She damaged the keypad, which left $3,000 worth of damage behind, and the door. And they say that she wasn't even supposed to be in this building. So this all happened on March 24, 2024, a little before 7 p.m. with the cursing, the threatening, the yelling, and I still wasn't clear of why this was targeted towards this family. They also say a child was present, and I'm believing that, in fact, Ellie may have a child, but in all the videos, I don't see any. In all the pictures, I don't see any, but she could possibly have a child. They said a child was present, and I don't know if they met a child in that home. I'm not sure about that. So I'll put a pause on that. But Ellie's lease was terminated last April. So it's been a year she had been evicted. Now the monthly rent there is $3,150. She has not paid since April 2024. She's behind $37,800 in rent. Now, residents said that Ellie still lives in that apartment. Police sources said she moved to a nearby Midwood apartment, but it is unclear when. So they're saying she's gone now, but she still owes, I know, this huge balance. I mean, who gets to stay in an apartment complex for a whole year? I mean, you get 30 days, if that, once you're evicted. The sheriff is coming and you're out of there. So that is amazing that she got to lounge there for a whole nother year rent free. So when Ellie, ran past that light, she would kill Natasha Sada, 34 years old, and her two children, Diana, 7, and Deborah, 5, all killed. While her 4-year-old son, Philip, was injured and remains in critical condition. They do say one of his kidneys has to be removed, and the mother and her children were all laid to rest in Israel shortly after this tragic incident. Now, Ellie, she was ranting. She had said, beforehand, she's being pursued by the CIA. She allegedly told the EMT workers that she was possessed by the devil. She said, quote, "The devil's in my eyes. I'm haunted inside. I didn't kill anyone. I don't hurt anyone. Prove it. Show me proof," end quote. So she was really, really showing some type of mental situation when they went and they removed her from this car. She also said, quote, "Uncut me. Where is my daughter? My daughter is always in my heart," end quote. So maybe she may have had a daughter. Maybe that was the child that they are saying was present when she was acting a fool in that apartment complex. She also said, "I need my lawyer. People are out to get me. I need work up to get whatever is in my body out." So she is believed to be in Bellevue Hospital still, undergoing psych evaluation before her arraignment, which include charges of criminal negligence, homicide, manslaughter, and assault in the second degree, as well as several other charges. Now, she was charged, though, while being in her hospital bed in Bellevue, and her lawyer was right by her side, but she was definitely charged. So that's where this case stops right now, what they're planning on doing with her, even if she was to say she was having some type of, mental situation when she ran that light and crashed into that family. It still doesn't mean she's going to be a free woman, because she had a lot going on with her, this woman. So I'm pretty sure, I could just tell. The unpaid tickets, how she was acting in these videos, it's something very much there, but it does not excuse her from what she does and for what she did. Saying that she still didn't kill no one. Maybe she realizes now that she has. There's a video. So I know if I've seen it, they can definitely show it to her. And I will definitely add more to this story as it develops more.